recently did a story about a boy whose parents locked him in a coffin when they were trying to discipline him. But a 38-year-old man named Freeman Everett Say decided to discipline his 16-year-old daughter in an equally disturbing way. He forced his daughter to don Renaissance armor and engage in a wooden sword battle for 2 hours. Now, Freeman is a Renaissance fair enthusiast, you think? And I guess he just decided to mix his hobby with disciplining his child. So he apparently started beating his daughter with a willow switch before suiting up in armor and forcing her into a 2-hour battle. The girl was eventually no longer able to stand on her own, so her dad relented. Thanks, Dad. The daughter then took pictures of her bruises and her injuries and texted them to her friends, who subsequently called the cops. Now, I actually know someone who goes to those Renaissance fairs. He has all the armor and stuff, and he enacts old battles. On the one hand, I think it's a little much, but then on the other hand, I think if you enjoy it and you're not hurting anyone, why not? I guess it's no different than a Star Trek convention, which I will admit that I would attend if one came to my city. I wouldn't get all costumed and stuff, but I just think it would be interesting to wander around. Still, turning a hobby into a form of discipline is not only going too far, it makes me wonder if this guy isn't just a little bit psychotic. You know, the wheel is spinning, but the hamster's dead. I really hope the judge drops the hammer on this guy. Preferably a +3 warhammer that's resistant to magic attacks. I really hope this doesn't start some sort of trend among nerdy parents. I can just see the headline now. Man beats child with lightsaber. Tells her to concentrate, let go of her feelings, and use the force. Have you ever been on a hayride? They're actually pretty popular in the city I live in, especially around Christmas and Halloween. Many places actually decorate the trees along the route to help enhance the experience. Now, given the slow speed of the ride, you wouldn't expect to get hurt on a hayride. That is, of course, unless your driver is drunk. 47-year-old Ohio man named Michael Hermes was pulling between 60 and 80 people in 2 straw-filled wagons. He drove off the right side of the road, causing one of the rear wagons to turn over, injuring 28 people. When police arrived, Hermes refused to take a sobriety test. Now, driving under the influence of alcohol is illegal, and one of the reasons why is it impairs your reaction time. Now, how drunk was this guy that he was unable to react on time when he noticed he was heading for a ditch? Now, I'm not even sure it's considered drunk driving if you're driving the vehicle on your own property, but I see that as irrelevant, really. This moron endangered people's lives, and he should be thrown in prison for it. Hayrides are supposed to be something that go in the fond memories category, not in the that time I spent a month in the hospital category. I can't imagine this incident will be any good for this guy's hayride business. I think they should just ban this guy from driving anything with an engine. They should also ban him from driving horses, ponies, and mules for that matter. In India, a man named Leo Earl Sharp was pulled over by police for executing an improper lane change. So the trooper asked the driver if he could search his vehicle, and the driver refused. The trooper then requested a backup unit with a dog that could sniff for illegal drugs. As the dog walked around the back of the vehicle, it alerted to the presence of narcotics. So the troopers searched the truck, and they found 104 bricks of cocaine. Now, what's interesting about this story is the man who owned the truck is 87 years old. Now, many people sell drugs in an effort to get rich quick. The dream of retiring on your own island is incentive enough for many people to take the risk. This guy was 87 years old. I mean, how much money does this guy think he needs to be comfortable for the rest of his life? 104 bricks of cocaine seems just a little bit excessive to me. Is he planning to stay in a nursing home where the nurses are also prostitutes? No hate letters, please. I'm not saying that nurses are prostitutes, well, except in some adult films. Is he planning to buy a tricked-out walker covered in bling? Nothing but expensive suits, expensive meals, and fast cars for the rest of his life? Fastest motorized scooter around with custom wheels and nitrous? Now, if this guy's convicted, he faces 10 years in prison. When he's released, he'll be 97 years old. He then live the rest of his life as a free man. Unless, of course, he starts an extortion ring at the nursing home. Question of the day is, how should a judge sentence any of the 3 morons I talked about in today's stories? For example, medieval father should be thrown in the gallows, or maybe face the guillotine. That's all I have. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to fave, comment, subscribe, write something pleasant, hug the person beside you. I'll see you next time. Well, a 38-year-old man named Freeman Seaman and texted them to her friends, who subsequently called he has all the armor and stuff, and I guess it's no different than a Star Trek. Still, turning my hobby, preferably a